What is going on, everyone? Today we're going to be covering one of the most important modules of this whole business. It is how to find suppliers, how to contact them, and how to be very professional when doing so. Now, without further ado, I'm just going to jump straight into it, as this is going to help you a lot in the long run. So, something you must understand is that any supplier receives dozens of requests from different online sellers and different companies trying to open an account with them. So it is your job to also not only stand out as an individual in a business, but to make yourself seem professional so they do take you seriously. It is also understanding the game. A lot of people, a lot of sales reps and companies, they work based on commissions. They do want you to buy products. They do want to make money and move units around, but they don't want to have their time wasted. And what we noticed in this industry is lots of sellers, especially new ones, they talk a lot how they're going to place bigger orders and how they're growing quickly. At the end of the day, money is what matters, and it also starts by having a professional setting. So, without further ado, as soon as you have everything set up from your legal standpoint, having your LLC, your resale license, hopefully a business checking account, so you stay organized right when you begin this process. It's very important. A lot of people do not know about this, but having a business website. Now, I'm going to show you a perfect example. This right here is an Amazon seller. He spent his time, hired some guy on Fiverr, spent $200-300 on making a very professional website for his business and his LLC. Now, when he reaches out to companies and they want to, know a bit more about his business and they see this, they will take him much more seriously, will have a higher chance of having an account be opened with them, and maybe even jump straight to having some discounts because he looks already apart. And that is exactly what you need to be doing. If you are a company or a brand new seller that still uses a Gmail account, that is already a big red flag of your professionalism. It does not cost much, does not take a lot of time to set up a professional email that makes you already seem like you are a legitimate business. This is a people industry. Making yourself look and feel like you are a business owner and not treat this like a side hustle is how you stay ahead of the curve and beat out the competition trying to open the same accounts that you're aiming for. Having a business phone number is something I do recommend. Having Google Voice, I believe even GoDaddy offers such a service. I believe I used to use it. It was $8 per month. I had, my 888 number, and I only used that for business purposes. Made me seem a lot more credible than just a regular New York zip code number, a 917 number. This is little things that do stack up into having a higher success on opening an account. It is also important having a logo, having a proper name. I understand a lot of people want to jump into this with, having their own personality and, they want to treat it like a hobby and they want to make it unique for them. Something that I would recommend is using a service like ChatGTP and, coming up with some ideas, brainstorming on what a proper name should look like. It needs to be simple is key. But that is already a unique step on what you have to do to achieve that level. Something that a lot of people don't talk about is having a commercial shipping address. Now, most people, when they first get started, they don't have a warehouse. And truth be told, most Amazon sellers that are very successful that I know of don't have one either. They leverage what are known as prep centers. These are businesses, warehouse shipping businesses that receive inventory, prep it, and ship it out to Amazon FBA. If you have the chance and are lucky enough to open an account with a proper distributor and you ask them if they ship to Amazon FBA, that's not how their business is organized. They have trucks, they have their own shipping routines. They want to just continue the business with less friction. And for them, prepping and shipping out to FBA, a process that they normally don't do, is something that they will probably refuse to do business with you. And don't worry, we talk a lot about it here in our wholesale blueprint. We discuss how you should run your finances, a vendor CRM, and we're happy to give out some of the best suppliers that you should start with that have a low MOQ and have tons of variety of products that can give you a good boost in your business. And also, we have been working with prep centers for the last 7 years. There are definitely a few that we recommend, and we'll gladly get into it very shortly. Everything that I'm saying has a lot of truth. It comes from experience. These sort of videos do not have to be professionally edited or flashy. It needs to be as much information as humanly possible for you to understand what this business actually is. Because once you have a grasp and once you are shipping products and everything is rotating, once you break the 10,000 per month mark, it becomes a lot easier to scale your business. These fundamental steps is what are needed to first get there. So, discussing prep centers, there are 3 that I highly recommend that I know them personally. We have one in California that is Logistics Prep Center. This one right here. We have one in New York, 3P Shipping. Fantastic company to do work with. They work with FBA sellers all the time. And what else? We have Texas. We have E53 Fulfillment. This is also a fantastic company. Amar is a great guy, great team. They do everything very quickly. They receive your inventory, mark discrepancies, and ship it out to FBA, no problem. A lot of people then get confused about the process of paying prep centers. If it's expensive, it's not. And let me tell you why. Now, the fundamental part of this business is placing purchase orders and moving inventory. If you are the person doing the prepping, if you're the person, handling the boxes and the shipping, that is taking a lot of time from you to doing the most important task, which are to find suppliers, open them, find their catalogs, and actually research the items and place those POs. There are tons of Amazon sellers that get stuck on analysis paralysis. They're looking at all these products and don't know on what to buy, which we will cover in other modules, especially in the purchasing, on how to make the best purchasing decisions specifically for a beginner. And also we do cover some stuff for advanced sellers, cash flow management, inventory and restocking, which many of you don't know, but 80% of the revenue that these Amazon sellers are making comes from restocking. It is a lot easier to restock on an item than to find a new one and test it out. That's a little gem right there. So, going back into it, the number one thing that you need to have is, of course, an LLC and a resale license. It is highly recommended that you establish yourself with a business website, proper logo, name, something very simple. A business email address is a must. We must eliminate the use of Gmail. That is a really big red flag. Using a business phone number is very helpful. Very, very helpful. I highly recommend it. It does make you seem much more professional. And of course, most legit suppliers need a commercial shipping address. Now, why is that? Most suppliers are working with trucks. They are 53-foot trailers that need to be docked at a warehouse using pallet jacks to remove pallets and actually get moving. And this is a learning curve. Working with prep centers and all this logistics may seem like a nightmare, but once you get across this, everything's a lot easier. See, it takes the same amount of time for somebody to learn how to prep items than for someone to get on a phone call with a prep center, negotiate a per unit prepping price, and telling your supplier, that's the warehouse you need to ship it to. Yep, that's my address. They ship it there. Your prep center is gonna notify you when the items arrive. They're gonna do the prepping, ship it out, all hands free, which is the luxury of doing e-commerce. I really don't understand how really big Amazon sellers actually decide to get their own warehouse. It is very expensive as well. We're gonna cover later what PCPA stands for. That's production cost per ASIN, and you'll be very surprised on actually how the lifestyle and the luxury of scaling an Amazon business has been probably best with the use of prep centers than somebody with their own warehouse. I personally myself do not see myself working in a warehouse 40 hours a week. I'd rather be on a laptop anywhere around the world, even in my home office, place orders, and having everything being delegated. So I focus on the most important things, keeping up with cash flow and actually understanding what I need to place an order next. So on the next video, we're gonna cover on how to find suppliers, which is gonna be an interesting topic for some of you. There's a lot of hidden gems there as well. So stay tuned and I'll catch you on the next one.